welcome back again to another series on the limiter. And today we've getting a right treat, and we just want to say a massive thank you to Ford. Ford have given us this fantastic new Focus RS edition.
A sort of Ford. It was a Ford dealers give us one of their.
It was a Ford dealer. Sorry, one of the Ford dealers in the northeast has given us the car for 24 hours. So we're very privileged, by the way, as well. It's excellent to be able to have this car for a day, and for them to trust us as well. Obviously, seeing my driving in the VX220, they must be feeling braver.
It's almost as if you personally know a manager that works for Ford, isn't it?
Yeah, we know somebody who works for Ford, don't we, mate?
We do.
Dan, which he'll put in the comments, is a massive Ford head. He's owned multiple Fords over the years.
Horrendous amounts. RS turbos, Cosworths, everything. I'm a massive. I was a huge Ford nut, so I really wanted to like this car when I took it out.
Yeah.
Even though I work for Ford, I haven't had that much experience with the new RS, but I think we might as well cut to the chase. When we first both drove it, we weren't. We weren't blown away.
I expect to be dead excited. I mean, don't get us wrong. The colour, the car, it's a beautiful. Nobody can mock this car. It's a beautiful looking car. But obviously, the most important thing is, alongside the looks of it, the RS has got to. It's got to live up to that brand. It's got to drive like an RS. And at first, we weren't too bothered, were we?
We weren't, but looking back, what we realise now is they have actually made this car, so you can easily live with it. You can live with this car as a daily drive, I would say, yeah?
Yeah.
So around the streets, it doesn't feel massively different to a...
But one thing I will say is, the suspension on this car, they have made it very firm, isn't it? It is unbelievably firm.
It has, but I spotted one of our mistakes, and it was us.
What's that?
It was in sport mode.
Ah, was it?
And I can see a suspension shock absorber on there that tells you it's stiffened it up.
In fact, let's
just change it. If you put it in normal, I think that will, straight away I can feel that softened up.
Sorry, Ford.
There we go. It was our mistake.
Yeah.
There's different settings. We'll run you through them. But yeah, both of us were a little bit, doesn't feel...
Tastes soft, that, mate.
It is, isn't it?
Tastes softer. Sorry about that, yeah. But we had it in sport mode. I didn't realise, but it's very firm in sport mode. In a good way, though, as in you can feel everything the car's wanting to do.
This is nice now.
Yeah, it is nice now.
So, yes, nothing against the car. It's the Ford have designed it so that you can... It will just do an average, normal job. It'll get you from A to B, get you to work and back in comfort. And you can... You know, if you want to really have some fun, which is what we discovered when we came on these B roads, it is a complete different animal.
Yeah. Once you get into those, nearly missed the junction.
I've seen that. There's a wall ahead of you.
Those bushes. Once you get through the different modes, like sport mode, is it track mode or race mode in this?
It's race mode.
Yeah, race track. You've got drift mode, which is we're under strict instructions from Ford. Don't use drift mode. I would have loved to, but we're not gonna take the mic, so we can't do that.
I'm guessing at this point of the video a lot of you have just switched off, but
we wanted to use it, but at the end of the day we don't want to abuse people's trust. They'll give us the car to review, not to go and braid its head in and make ourselves look like fools and look like Ford and give the car to the wrong people. We haven't came to do that today.
End of the day, someone is going to buy this car. This vehicle will actually be for sale at a local Ford dealership. Now, because I work for Ford, I'm actually, that isn't a secret, I'm actually a manager of a Ford dealership. That is what I do. But one thing, someone will be purchasing this vehicle, and like everyone else's car, we respect them.
Yeah.
So we're not there to abuse anyone's car. Even though someone hasn't bought this yet, someone will buy it. We don't want anyone thinking, you know, guys, these guys have just took it and screwed the arse. But we're not like that.
I've got personally, which I'm going to mention, and the day we hate it, list of positives and negatives of the RS. For me, I have one quite large negative, the dash. Don't get me wrong, obviously this is the addition, so you have, what bits do we have done? We've got the carbon fibre inside.
I've already read up on this, I'll take you through it.
Go on then.
And I'll leave the biggie till last.
Go on.
Outside, we've got black mirrors, black roof and a black spoiler. I think the roof's wrapped, we discovered.
It is wrapped. Yeah. The spoiler looks like as if it's supposed to be like that.
But it
like
looks
textured
good.
Up painted. Oh, look, the spoiler looks great,
so the wheels, I got told that the forged wheels were standard, but honestly, I could be wrong, and you'd probably laugh and think, "Guy, this guy works for Ford." Well, I haven't done an RS course, so I don't know the ins and outs. But this one's got the forged wheels and it's got the shell seats. You might know better than I do if that's standard.
That was one thing that I read as well.
Yeah,
the shell seats.
Now, we've also got carbon fibre splattered around the dash here, around the sides, and a carbon fibre.
Carbon fibre's lovely, to be fair.
It's
very nice.
So we've got that, and the biggie, the ultimate.
Yeah. Which for me is a very, very good part of this car.
We're both drivers. It's got a Quafe limited slip diff in, and on the road, I think if you're really keen in it in the first line, it's like the original Mark 1 RS.
Yeah.
It pulls you. You can feel it pulling you about, which I was a little bit against at first. We got onto these roads where we're at now.
We've been to Derrent Reservoir, which is where you see the shooting at.
Was that Reservoir?
Sorry, mate. I who Jonathan was. We've been to Reservoir, and we're just going up towards. I think it's towards like Killip and stuff like that. The roads along this way, if you're familiar with the northeast, are very, very good. Like they're tight, twisty, and quite cool.
Genuinely, you put this car on this road and it comes alive, and I honestly think that is what this RS is all about.
Yeah.
Ford have built a car that will potter around town, not excite you. You can have the kids in the back, looks nice, drive around, do your family job. And then if you're in the car by yourself and you want to go for a drive, it's two different cars.
Yeah, I agree with that. It does that very well. I think it does a mix of like daily and B-road, and from what we found today, very, very, very well. The diff in the car, I mean, we haven't gone mad in it.
We've accelerated on corners.
Yeah, we've gone about 70% in the car in race mode to see what it's like with the traction off. And this diff, it literally feels like you've got someone on a rope around the corner just propelling you around the corner. It just sits and it digs in, and it's wicked. The diff's great, like.
See, now, I remember when the Mark 1 RS came out, it was heavily criticised because it was great on a track, it was great on these roads, but it was absolutely crap.
Yeah, they've killed that with this, like, they've proper killed it, yeah.
They've somehow, they've made it so you've got, there's a lot of things similar to the original RS.
Yeah.
You've got the blue seats here,
yeah,
blue and black seats,
right,
you've got the Quafe diff, but they've somehow managed to make it so that it will do both jobs. I think, honestly, as a high-performance daily driver, I think it's brilliant.
I think it's good. I think it's a good car. Big win for me. I mean, Dan obviously owns an M3. I always ended up going back to like NA Hondas and hatches and stuff. We both agree that, like, for what we do, that NA is the way forward. That revvy engine, like, it's working hard. And although this car's boosted, the engine note in this car, it's got a wicked engine note, hasn't it? It's getting throaty and it's nice.
One thing, if you're looking at the minute, obviously you know Usher's a Honda nut. I'd like you to put in the comments how many of you just heard him say about having a plastic dash when he loves Hondas so damn much, which have the shittest dashboards known to man.
I didn't expect it though. Like that's the only thing. The big thing for me is it does feel special in terms of the seats, the steering wheel. It looks special, but for me, I just would have liked a little bit more. That the dash feels like quite transity. I've had a couple of U-shaped transits, and here it feels a bit transity. The carbon fibre is lovely, but I just would have liked a bit something, like piano black. Like a nice piano black trim would have finised the interior for me. So that's my biggest bugaboo.
With you instead of that.
Yeah, that's my biggest bugaboo was that. I mean, it's not the end of the world. Some nice. I don't even know where we are. These roads are absolutely. Look at all these corners.
I'll be honest with you. I know you're looking at the dash, and I've got walls, rivers, trees, reservoirs. That's novel.
Yeah. Literally, I mean, I'm pushing on a little bit there, and it just sits and just does everything. It's so easy.
Tell you what is irritating the life out of me.
What?
that can get there.
Any other negatives, mate? We're trying to be honest with it, basically, like the way that we see it.
Do you know what I think the biggest plus point is with this?
What?
I mean, any Ford wearing an RS badge, I think you're safe with residual values, right?
Yes, 100%.
Right. Well, as I mentioned,
investment.
I'm a manager for Ford. I'm always putting deals together on cars, and a lot of people will be familiar with a PCP deal.
Yeah.
4 years PCP deal on this. You make your payments for 4 years. I'll not get into what it is. You know, you want to inquire about the car, by all means.
I think this is quite interesting, though, mate. I think people potentially looking to buy this is quite interesting.
Probably will be. This vehicle, this one has done 3,000 something miles, 3,600.
3,740.
Right, I'll give you a rough idea what the figures will be. On this one, I usually recommend on a car like this, if you've got £100 deposit to put down, you're looking at the wrong car. Right? A lot of people come in wanting a PCP cars with £100. I'd be putting a £3,000 deposit down on it, 10%.
Yeah.
The car's just nearly 31 grand. You could be financing this for in the region £400 a month, and then in 4 years' time, you've got the option to either hand it back, or, and this is the bit you're going to love,
yeah,
or you can buy this vehicle for £14,000.
That's quite good, like.
Right, so anyone that knows the Fords, knows the RSs, bear in mind this is a limited edition. They've done 500 blue ones, 500 red, I believe it is, on the edition model. So, and this one's a top spec, it's got everything. They've gone their ends with the options, it's low mileage. 4 years' time, you could pay 14 grand.
Yeah.
And keep the car.
I like the idea of having a red one. It's unusual for an RS, I would have said.
Mm-hmm.
But I also like what's the word I'm looking for?
This colour's beautiful.
I also like a colour that's renowned with the RS brand, and for me, the Mark III RS, it has to be this colour. Yeah. It has to be this blue. For me, it's only way I would buy one.
This car gets better the more you drive it.
Yeah.
The more you're in it.
I agree. I could literally just kick Dan out and just crack on all day in this, and like I wouldn't want to do that, but that's it. But I could enjoy all day in this, like these kind of roads here. The NC500 we've just done, something like this would be great for that, like.
Best example I can give with this, I've got my M3's near enough the same power, right? You couldn't bring that out and use every single one of its 340 odd horsepower.
But this is easy.
With this, on these roads, you can use it. You can drive it literally on the limit.
Yeah, all the time.
Or 70% of the limit, up to 70 mile an hour. 60 on these roads.
But yeah, the thing is as well, obviously, what I would say to people who are potentially looking to buy this car, I'm hoping people use this video as a bit of a gauge into just two normal guys kind of getting out in a new RS. Your test drive, unless you've got roads like what we're on today, may seem a little bit lackluster, like the car's not giving you what you want, but I would say bear with it, because you will grow to love this car as I have. I'm quite enjoying being in it. At first I wasn't, but as soon as I hit these B roads, I actually really like it.
See, that's changing gear there at just over 5,000 RPM as well.
Yeah.
You don't have to thrash this car to get the power out of it.
Really well. I don't know. I should look at this. I don't know what torque figures these 2.3 engines deliver, but I would imagine they're quite good, because what I'm finding myself with boosted cars, you'll know yourself when you have a lot of boosted stuff, hits a bit of a dead zone. But with this, I'm just not needing to work the car. Freaking hell. That's close. I'm just not needing to work the car hard at all. I'm just using the torque, and I'm finding myself happy to change gears at like 5 grand. That's on the twisties as well, so we're not like revving the nuts off the car, and it moves along quite nicely.
No. Oh, Usher, hold off.
Yeah. I know. Me and Dan have a small issue at the moment.
Yeah.
Which we've just noticed. Which I'm hoping that we can get around this corner before the police pull up behind us.
No, it's going to be right behind us. This isn't going to go well.
They fucking are as well.
Yep.
We're going to put this on. No, we can't put it on the video, can we?
Not sure.
Go on, just take them off, mate.
Oh.
We forgot all about it. Obviously, we've got the car for Ford. Ford didn't want us to display the number plates of the car, and we totally forgot to take the Ford stickers off the number plate, which we're doing now. So we just literally got a police pulled up behind us. That's just we're gonna have to put that in the video. That's just me and Dan explaining to the lovely police officers that we haven't stolen this new Ford Focus RS, but in fact we just forgot to take the stickers off the number plates. I can't believe that, mate. Show them what we left on. We've been driving through Hexham with them on. Oh my god. I forgot to take them off. I totally forgot about it.
So did I. Well, on the right side, if that was a camera van earlier.
Luckily enough, the police officers were very understanding, and they just we showed them the trade plates and they've let us go. So, wow.
Our first pull live on camera.
There was sound. She was actually like, yeah, whatever, just get the plates in. Sorry about that.
Probably looked a bit suspicious, the fact we took off up a back lane.
Aye, we did. I turned off the road as soon as I could. What happened was, me and Dan came round the corner. As we came round the corner, the police officers, I'll not say coppers, but the police officers were at the traffic lights, and it was turning red, and I thought, fuck, we're away here, so I spun round, and our lights went to red, and then we were waiting that long, the cop was right behind us, so luckily enough, we've gotten away with that. It could have been worse.
Luckily, this isn't the kind of car that gets stolen in Britain.
No one pinches RS stuff, do they, mate?
So it didn't look suspicious with the number plates.
They're just obviously, first week back, dinner break, we can't be asked dealing with any stolen Fords, and be on your way, lads.
A lot of paperwork, that one.